What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Man up here. At you with a quick video here. Well, it might not be too quick. I know I've always said my videos quick. All right, first things first. I know I haven't said this in a while, but I gotta say this. What it do is my other channel, just a channel I created just to talk about whatever's on your mind, things that's going on, whatever there is that you might want to talk about. Now, excuse me, sorry. Give me 1 second here. I'm over here messing things up. I thought I was ready, but I wasn't, I guess. Alright. Now, also, too, want to go ahead and give a good shout out to the Golden State Warriors. Congratulations on winning your third championship in 4 years. Congratulations, y'all starting a dynasty. Congratulations. Just had to say that because, that's the right thing to do. Congratulations to the winner. So, now that I got those two things out the way, that pain for me to say, now I got those two things out the way, excuse me here. I clean my camera off. All right, there we go. Man, I don't think it's a good idea to trade Clint Capella. I've said that plenty of times before. I'm going to say it again. No. DeAndre Jordan might be better right now. Might. Big keyword, might be better. But Clint Capella is on the rise. So no. Now, this video is to talk about the Houston Rockets free agency. And first, I want to start off, and man, you got me started with that one. I want to talk about Clint Capella. We all know it's been reported, it's been reported that the Phoenix Suns is going to offer Clint Capella the max contract. Whether he takes that max contract or not, it's up to him. Some players, not that many, but some players are like, you know what, I'm good where I'm at, I'm going to stay. Some players for their money. Can't knock them for that. We all do that on a job. We want more money for the job, for the work that we're doing. That's just what it is. So I can't knock a man for going and get his money. You know what I'm saying? Especially in a very contact sport like basketball, football, boxing, whatever. You want your money because it's not guaranteed that you're gonna keep doing this. Excuse me, now, kind of thirsty. So I understand that if you do, I wouldn't like it, but I understand it. Now, then there's also the talks. I know people have seen this video or at least heard of it. Trevor Ariza going to the Golden State Warriors. Now, right now, these are just rumors. Nobody has came out and confirmed it. It's just all been rumors. Just that, rumors. I don't think Trevor Ariza is going to do that for what? I mean, you never know what's going to happen, but I don't think he's going to do that. Then there's talks about LeBron James coming to the Rockets. Me personally, I don't want LeBron on the Rockets. I don't think it's a good idea, but what do I know? What do I know? Because I don't want LeBron on the Rockets for a bunch of different reasons. I'm finna get to that next. You say we're talking about Anderson. I'm finna get to that next. But I don't want LeBron on the Rockets for a bunch of different reasons. One, I guess you can call me old school. I like the Rockets back in the day with a bunch of no-name players besides Hakeem Olajuwon. Bunch of no-name players, you know what I'm saying, working their ass off to win it. It wasn't no ring chasing back in the day like there is now. So I don't want LeBron on my team. I'd rather get someone that's more humble, that ain't got to tell everybody I'm the best player in the world. Who cares? You ain't the best player if you 3-9 in the finals. You've been to the been to the finals 9 times, only won 3. You're not the best player in the world. Going by those numbers, Kevin Durant is better than you. He been 4 times, won 2. At least he's 50%. So no, you're not the best player in the world. So uh, also too, now get to Ryan Anderson. You brought that up, man. How do we get rid of him without giving up tons of first round picks? There's been a couple of options. I've seen reports to where the people where Rockets was talking about trading him, but nobody really wants to pick up their contract. What's going on there? H-Town, Texas. What's going up? What's going on? Excuse me. There's been talks about trading Ryan Anderson, but nobody wants to pick him up because he got 2 years left on his contract, worth 41.7 million. Wow. So then the Rockets was thinking about just buying him out of his contract just to get rid of him. Because now I understand why the Rockets gave him that big contract because his last year in New Orleans, New Orleans, he had an amazing year. I mean, he was doing his thing, so I can understand that because people don't realize you get a good contract based on what you just did or what you've been doing, but you can keep that good contract on what you going to do or what you is doing. So I understand that why the Rockets gave it to him, but now we're starting to regret it because we see that he ain't really producing. So the Rockets, I got it. Oh shoot! I hope you get better there, H-Town, Texas. Hope you get better, man. Hope you get better. I pray for you, my brother. Pray for you there. Whew. That's always hard to hear. Wow. Kind of threw me off a little bit with that one, but I hope you get better there, H-Town. H-Train, Texas, excuse me. Uh, but yeah, and Andrews Anderson does have a little bit of a history, injury problems as well there too. Yeah, man, you're right about that one. Uh, but uh, so I do think the Rockets just need to go and buy him out of his contract. Get rid of him. Just get it out the books. Now, I kind of want to go ahead and get on to Chris Paul. Do he deserve the max contract? Okay, I'm going to put it like this. I'm going to say yes and I'm going to say no. And let me explain why I'm saying that. First, in saying yes, he helped the Rockets achieve something they have never achieved in franchise history, which is the best record in the NBA and a 60-plus win season. Hey, man, you say no? Well, that's the reason why I'm saying yes for what I just said right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and let me keep going while I say yes. Let me say this here. Not only did he help the Rockets achieve, 60-plus win season and the first time ever best record in the NBA, he helped the Rockets get other guys here too, like PJ Tucker, Luke Baamute. I said his name right again. Hey, I'm on a roll. Luke Baamute, PJ Tucker. He helped get some key pieces here. Then you got to give a man some kind of credit. Yeah, I'm getting to that, hey man. I'm getting to that. I know he get injured a lot, but I'm getting to that. Hold on, I'm getting to that. Now you got to give a man some credit. He up and moved his family from LA to Houston, knowing that he only had 1 year left, 1 year on his contract. While he was in LA, he could have just waived his no trade clause, and just got, traded, opted out, no, not no trade clause, I'm sorry, Star. He could have said, okay, I don't want to go with my final contract, release me, had the Clippers to release him. He could have just signed with the Rockets and took more money that way. But no, he did it a professional way. He did a sign and trade contract, knowing that the Rockets was giving him so much to get this one guy. We gave up, I want to say, like 6 players and a first round draft pick for Chris Paul. He also turned down $200 million from the Clippers. He also had his option of 4 teams staying with the Clippers. He had San Antonio, he had the Rockets, and I can't think of the other team right now, but he had some options. So you gotta take that into consideration. Now I'm gonna get to the point where I say no, and Edman, you kind of hinted at it's his injuries. Now I'm gonna put it like this: the way he wanted his contract to go, I will give him the max only for 3 years, with the third year being a player option. I would do. Yep, I agree with that one. I wouldn't give him that much. But the way he kind of wants his contract as he gets older, he wants more money. If you're gonna do that, I would say more money now, and as he get older, less money. Because when he gets older, I think the way he wanted the contract, he wanted to be when he's like 37, getting 40 something $1 million. That really is not going to happen. Now I would say right now probably 40 some million, and as you get older, less and less. Now, only way you would do that if you're like a guy who's in his 20s and he's not so injury prone. Then of course as he get older, get more and more. But he's in his mid 30s, and as he gets older and older, he's more injury prone. Excuse me. So that's when he wants more money. And I don't want to be stuck with someone like we are with Ryan Anderson. So I wouldn't do it that way. The way I would do it, I don't think LeBron wants to go to LA because there's really nothing there for him. He's going to be almost like he is with Cleveland. He might regret that because there's really nothing there. Just saying. But I think that Chris Paul do not deserve that much money because of the injuries. But he is a good veteran leader that we need. He is a good type of player that the Rockets need. As you can see, he kept everybody in check. He kept everybody in line. He kept everybody doing things the way that is needed. So I can't say that he don't deserve to get paid, but what he's asking for, no. I'm gonna put it like that. Now, like I said, if he was like not even 30, then probably so. But because he's older, no, not that much money. No, not that much money. So I can't say give him that much money. Now, I would give him probably an incentive-based contract. Like if he averaged this amount of steals and points, he gets a bonus. If we make it to the first, second, third round, fourth round, even the finals, excuse me, give him this. Something like that, yeah. I will offer something like that, yes. But not no contract that's saying as you get older and accesses to more injuries, you're going to get paid more and more money. Can't do that. You're not going to get, no sports team is going to really give you that much money. I mean, hey, look at Tom Brady with the New England Patriots. The man is good, but he's not getting as much money as he once was. And he's still taking his team to Super Bowls almost every year. Something to think about there. Just something to think about. I'm just saying, just something to think about. Well, man, that's a good question. The Rockets are the fifth oldest team. But here's the thing. You don't want to go too young. You want to still keep a lot of good veteran leadership on your team. Now, I know they're saying the Rockets are the fifth oldest because of Joe Johnson and Nene. So, you don't want to go too young. So, I'm just saying, for example, look at the Boston Celtics, one of the youngest teams. They had the Cavaliers on the brink of elimination but couldn't close it out. So, and because they had that inexperience, they couldn't win on the road. So you don't want to go too young. So I get what you're saying. I don't want to go too young either. But I mean, you're saying that you want to go young, But just think about that, though. Just think about that. You still want to keep that good veteran leadership like Chris Paul, like James Harden, stuff like that. But you don't go too young now because of things like that. And I know you might be thinking about injuries and stuff like that, which is a good point. But at the same time, you want to keep some good, experienced leadership with you. Now, with all that being said, though, I think this year in free agency, I saw that the Rockets, like I said, was trying to get rid of Ryan Anderson. He knows it's going to happen. Just don't know how it's going to happen. You don't know if he's going to get traded, bought out, what. Then I saw a bunch of reports the Rockets are first trying to pursue Paul George. Now, this was one question that somebody asked me before, and I want to go ahead and address this while it's on my mind. Because I did a video about me not wanting LeBron James to come to the Rockets. And I'm saying that because, like I said before, I guess you can call me old school. Look at it like this. Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone. All four of those guys were best friends. Never played together. Never played together. You can even throw Elijah one in there, but they never played together. Now I know Barkley did come to the Rockets, but they wasn't all best friends with Elijah one like those four guys I named. But they never played together. They never said, hey, let's join forces together. I take a pay cut so we can win. They never did that. They busted their ass to try to win on their own. Even though Jordan took them all out, but still. and that's the kind of competitiveness I like. And as you see, when the Rockets got all these superstars on the team, they couldn't even win. They got, of course, we had Elijah one, then Drexler came, then Barkley came, then Pippen came, Scottie Pippen. Couldn't win shit. So that's why I say I don't think that stuff really works. A lot of people want to say, well, the Warriors is a super team. Actually, nowadays you might say they are, but they wasn't a whole bunch of stars coming together. I mean, now they are stars because you got to think like this. They got drafted. There wasn't already proven superstars in the league. Then just all of a sudden form a team. No, they got drafted, to the same team and started winning. This is even before Kevin Durant came. They won a championship before Kevin Durant. Then Kevin Durant gets there. They lose that first year. Then the next year they won. Then this year they won. So that's the reason why I say I'm old school, I guess you can call it. I like a hard-nosed team that's going to bust their ass to win, not to find a escape route, I guess you could call it, to win. No, that's not. That's why I don't want no LeBron James. I want no arrogance with it. I want someone that's going to, try to bust their ass to win. You said, what's my thought on Joe Q, however you say his name? What could be the road next season? It depends on the name, if he stays or not, or if he stays healthy or whatever. I do kind of see him getting more of a role on the Rockets. He's going to have to beef up a little bit because he's too skinny. He's real scrawny. He's going to have to really hit that weight room. Kind of like what Yao Ming did when, excuse me. Kind of like what Yao Ming did when Yao Ming first came to the league. He was very skinny. He was just tall. Real tall. But he's going to have to beef up because you're going to have to contend with some of these stronger guys. So he's going to have to beef up a little bit. So, and that's another guy that's working with Elijah one too, but he's not getting a whole lot of time. Do we bring back Joe Johnson? That's a good question. My personal opinion, maybe. Because it seemed like he had a hard time finding his role on the Rockets. Finding his fit with the Rockets. The man is not a bad player. It just sometimes the chemistry and the teammates just don't match up. You know what I mean? The play scheme and all that just don't match up with your skill set. It's not saying that you're a bad player, because he's not. It's just sometimes it just doesn't add up. It just doesn't mix together. I mean, look at Michael Jordan when he went to the Washington Wizards. Just couldn't add up. Just couldn't put it together. I don't know. Sometimes what you do just doesn't mix with what another team is doing. That don't really make you a bad player. Yeah, that's true. I don't. It does make it hard for them to get into rhythm. That's the reason why James Harden and Chris Paul worked so hard in the offseason when Chris Paul first got traded. That's the reason why they worked so hard in the offseason to try to get them together. So they bonded together. They tried to learn how each other like to do this and do that. So that way, once the season started, they kind of got a feel for each other. So, and I'm not saying Joe Johnson is a bad player. It just, I don't know. I just thought he had a hard time finding his role on the team. So it's kind of hard to say. Excuse me here again. All right, there we go. Finally clicked off my camera. That was bugging me. I was trying to forget it, but it was bugging me. All right. Now, excuse me. Now, on to Trevor Ariza. Like I said, there was rumors that he was going to be joining the Golden State Warriors. I don't really believe that's true. It might be, but I don't believe it is. So it don't seem like it. He can't be going to go try to get a ring because he already has one with the Lakers back in, I want to say 2009. I think it was. I think it was 2009. But anyway, he already has one with the Lakers back in the day. So I don't think he's really ring chasing. I mean, he might want another one. I don't know. But I just don't believe it. But I do think you pay that man as well. He gave Kevin Durant the hardest time in the playoffs. As you probably remember, Kevin Durant, yeah, he put up a lot of points, he put up a lot of shots, but like I just said, he put up a lot of shots to get those points because he had to work when it came to when it came to Trevor Ariza, because Trevor Ariza kind of made him work a little bit. So when Trevor Ariza is not as tall and as long, but he's long enough to make him work for his shots. And as you saw, as we made them for us at Game 7, his lack of play slacked. It's like he became a one-dimensional player trying to isolate more and more. And seeing that comes to like you getting into that person's head. And Trevor Ariza kind of did that. So you keep somebody like that on your team. I hope you be all right there, A-Train, Texas. I hope you be all right there, man. I'm glad you're okay. Glad you're okay. You know what? Luba Mute was, I think his shoulder injury got into his head. That's why he didn't play too well in the playoffs. Like he was playing real good in the regular season, but I think uh, when he got injured, the second to the last game of the regular season, I think it was I know it was against the Lakers. I think that injury got to his head, and it kind of messed with his mindset, his psyche in the playoffs. That's why he didn't play too good. And and I can understand as a person, you don't want to get injured again. So you kind of not, you try to not get hurt again. But when you're playing professional sports, you got to try to put that to the side and do what you got to do because this is your way of living. Even though I heard that he was a prince from some country, from city in Africa. I don't know if that's really true. I heard that. Well, I read that report and I'm like, say, what? He's a prince. I was shocked. I was shocked. But hey, never know. H-Town, Texas, you say H-Train, Texas, excuse me, you say if LeBron goes there, I'm not watching the NBA. I 100% agree with you. I would not watch the NBA until LeBron retires or switches teams if he goes to the Golden State Warriors. Because I already think the NBA was rigged a little bit. All them non-calls, non-fouls that the Game 7 of Western Conference Finals, PJ Tucker getting knocked out the air when he going for a layup. He gets sandwiched and knocked down, tackled in the air, and referees don't call the whistle. They're like, are you serious? All them three-point shooting fouls that the Rockets didn't get, all the moving screens that wasn't called on the Golden State Warriors. That's why I say that I think I'm starting to believe that the NBA is rigged. Now, if LeBron goes to Golden State, I'm done with the NBA until he retires. I don't care if he don't win another one. But if he goes, I'm done. That's when you know for sure the NBA is rigged. That's when you know for sure. Because that is ridiculous. Nobody will beat them. I ain't gonna say nobody won't beat them, but that's when you know it's rigged. But anyway, though, now with the free agency coming up, yeah, Nene wasn't the same player this year, but I do think that's dealing with age. And then I also do kind of put that on Mike D'Antoni for not utilizing him as much. So I kind of put that on age and Mike D'Antoni because I kind of blame all the injuries the lack of play in the playoffs on Mike D'Antoni as well for having a 7-man rotation. You got to have more than a 7-man rotation. That's why I think Chris Paul got hurt because he played too much. So you got to have more than a 7-man rotation. To me, they're just saying you don't trust your guys, and you can't show that lack of confidence in your players, because then your players going to show that lack of confidence in you on the court. So you can't do that. That's why I say you got to have more than a 7-man rotation. In my opinion, no less than a 9-man rotation. You got to have at least 9. Give your players some rest, some quality rest. Now I understand you playing a high-powered team in Golden State. You want to keep your best out there on the court, but then you also got to trust your players and let your best get a little bit of rest here and there. Because Chris Paul and James Harden was averaging, I want to say, like 38 minutes a game against the Golden State Warriors. You can't do that. And you can see James Harden got exhausted again. I think it was game 5, or game 6, one of those two. He got exhausted again. Chris Paul gets injured at the last couple of minutes of game 5. You can't do that. You can't. So that's why I think Nene didn't produce as much because of age. Because he's, 42, I think? Somewhere like that. He's up there. And yeah. So I think Nene is probably close to retiring. But then that's why I say Joe Kui, however you say his name, he's next in line, but he has to beef up. He's too skinny. He has to do something. So that's what I really think about Nene. Now, somebody else had asked me this one time too. Let's just say LeBron do decide he wants to play for the Rockets, but I got to work out a contract. Let's just say Clint Capella decides he wants to stay with the Rockets, but he wants to see if the Rockets match what the Phoenix Suns said they're going to offer him. Let's just say Chris Paul, is staying, but the Rockets going to have to kind of work something out with what he wants. And we already know James Harden has a max contract. So that'll be 4 max contracts on one team. if all that was to play out. And I said that's not going to work. Hence the reason why I think the Cleveland Cavaliers didn't really do too much. Because you're paying one guy all this money, you don't have enough money to bring in good quality people. Excuse me. So, of course, you're not going to succeed. We already gave James Harden, a max contract, which I'm not saying he don't deserve. He kind of deserves it. Phoenix Suns already said they're going to offer Clint Capella a max contract, and if Clint Capella wants to stay, the Rockets are going to have to match it. But Clint Capella don't even have to accept that offer, so don't know. But let's just say he do. Just going on hypotheticals right now. I'm just going on hypotheticals. Then we already know Chris Paul wants a max contract. And LeBron James already said he's not playing for nothing less than the max. So that'll be 4 max contracts on one team. That's not going to work. I hate to say what I feel. I'm a diehard Rockets fan, but we just blew our best chance to win. No, I don't think we blew our best chance to win. I see what you're saying, but I don't think we blew our best chance to win. But I do think our best chance to win is the window is closing. Yeah, we are losing players right now. Yes, we are. You're right about that, H-Train. But we are losing players. But I do think that we're going to make some things happen. Daryl Morey is a wizard when it comes to these contracts, when it comes to making something happen. He is a smart man when it comes to making things happen. So we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. So he's going to make it happen. I think he's going to. Paul George might come. Yeah, I saw that's who the Rockets was going after first. Because Rockets already, even though the national media, everybody's saying that the Rockets is the best landing spot, the Rockets have the biggest chance to get LeBron James. But you can't wait on someone to make up their mind on what they're going to do. Free agency starts, for unrestricted free agents. Wait a minute. I want to say restricted or is it unrestricted free agents? Dang, I forgot already. But free agency starts July 1st in a couple of weeks. I want to say restricted. Dang, I forgot already. But anyway, free agency starts July 1st in a couple of weeks. And then you can't sit here and wait for someone to tell you if they're going to join your team or not. Because it's a business. You got to say, okay, you give them a couple of days or whatever. This is what we're offering you. What's up? What you going to do? Give them a couple of days to think it over, look over the contract you're offering them, make up their mind about their family, their life situation and stuff like that. Then if they don't make up their mind what they're going to do, as a business, you got to move on. Just like on your job. If you get offered a job and you take forever making up your mind if you want that job, guess what? They're going to go to the next person that applied for the job. They're not going to sit and wait on you. They're going to let you know what they're offering. They might give you a day or two to think it over. And then that's it. So they got to move on. It's a business. The NBA itself is a business, and each team in the NBA is a business. It is what it is. So I just can't see it. So I don't really think LeBron James is coming. So I did see that the Rockets were going to go heavily on trying to get Paul George. And then I saw Kawhi Leonard, and it was in the mix as well. I don't think we're going to get Kawhi Leonard because he is still on the contract. He's not a free agent. Yeah, that's a good way to put it right there, A-Strain. It's like seeing a car you want, but you got to decide what you want. If you really want it, then bam, somebody else come and bought it. And be honest with you, that exactly has happened to me a couple of times before I bought the car that I got now. That has happened to me a couple of times. Saw a car that I like, checked it out, the features and stuff, saw with the price and all that. Then I come back and say, let me think about it. Come back the next day, it's already sold. So you got to think about that. You got to think about that. So a lot of that's the nature of business. A lot of people don't understand that. So with that being said, you got to look at it like, look, uh, we want you, but if you don't make up your mind within a day or two, we're gonna pursue someone else. That's just what it is. It sucks, but that's the way it is. So me as a general manager, I would do just this here. I will bring in a player that I want, that I'm interested in. I'll bring them in. This is what we're going to offer you. This is what the city has to offer you. This is what the fan base is going to offer you. You know, and then go from there. And I will be straightforward. I'll say, look, not trying to rush you or anything. Not want trying to make you make a decision that you're going to regret. I'm gonna give you a couple of days to think about it. If we don't hear nothing from you within those couple of days, we're gonna move on. That's just how I would do it. Because like I said, this is a business. So there are a bunch of good free agents out there. I just named some of the top people. And like I said, Kawhi Leonard is not a free agent. He's still under contract. Excuse me. He just wants to be traded. Because for some reason he don't like playing under Popovich anymore. So he wants to be traded. It is what it is. Which that was the first time I've ever heard that from anybody. But, it's always the first for everything. So, now, with this year's in free agency, I do think that the Rockets it's going to make the fan base happy. They haven't really too much let us down, not too many times in the past. Now, I will say this here, if LeBron James do come to the Houston Rockets, I'm a Houston Rockets fan through and through. I'm a diehard Rockets fan, will always be. I'm just not going to like the move. A lot of people are telling me, hey, if LeBron come, y'all can win a championship. And I was like, what makes you think one man will make you win a championship? He can't even do it in Cleveland. He barely did it in Miami with a super team. He won 2 of the 4 years he was there. And all 4 years in Miami, he went to the finals and won twice. He went one time, his first time in Cleveland, he got swept. And every year since he came back to Cleveland, he been on 1-1. This man is 3-9 in the NBA Finals. What makes you think one man is going to help you? Is going to guarantee you a championship? He could help you win a championship, but he's not guaranteed. So, what makes you think that? Just because his name is LeBron James? No. Oh boy. Look how far he took a team of scrubs. Yeah, the Cleveland Cavaliers is a team of scrubs. Yeah, that is true. But like I said, look at his record. Look at the man's record. Like I said, his first few years in Cleveland, he went one time, got swept by the San Antonio Spurs. Then he go to Miami to play with his best friend in Dwayne Wade. Excuse me. This first year, he loses to the Dallas Mavericks. Second year, he won against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Third year, he won against San Antonio Spurs. Fourth year, he lost to the San Antonio Spurs. Then he leaves, comes back to Cleveland. He loses to the Golden State Warriors. Next year, he wins against Golden State Warriors. Next year, he lost to the Golden State Warriors. And this year, he lost to the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, okay. Anyway, and then, man, you said, what are my thoughts on Daryl Morey? I'm going to put it to you like this. My thoughts on... Yeah, hold on. I'm going to get back to your statement, but I gotta respond to A-String Texas, what he just said. Jordan only won 6 out of 13 years he got knocked out several times. Yeah, but every time that Jordan went to the finals, he won. So Jordan is 6 for 6 in the NBA finals. Nobody goes to the finals every year. But what it matters is, are you winning those games? For example, look at the Buffalo Bills. Went 4 years straight to the Super Bowl and lost all four. Think about that. Jordan went 6 times and won all 6. So think about that. Just think about that for a moment. Now, I'm not saying LeBron is not a good player, and I'm not saying he won't win another championship. No, I am not saying that at all. And yes, Jordan did have a better team than LeBron has back in the day. And yes, LeBron is being asked to do more than Jordan was. Yes, that is true. But people always judge you on how many championships you won, which I think is stupid, but that's just how a lot of people, not everybody, I don't, but a lot of people like judge you on how many championships you won. I judge you on how you play your game. If you're a team player, because it's not one-on-one. So I judge you on if you're a team player. I kind of agree with you right there a little bit, Ed, man. LeBron is kind of a drama queen. He do wants all the attention, but and it just like I said, just think about it. Numbers back themselves up. So I'm not saying that you're wrong, H Train. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, but I don't have respect for a guy who's ring chasing. Oh, let me join this team to try to win. Let me join this team to try to win. No, that's just me personally. And I'm not trying to change nobody's mind on anything. It's just that me personally, like I said, look at my old school Houston Rockets. We only have one superstar on our team. We had a whole bunch of, hard working, gritty motherfuckers that get their hands dirty. Excuse my language there. Had some gritty people that get their hands dirty. That didn't mind. Had some hard workers on our team. And then when Clyde Drexler joined our team, he never won a championship until that year. He only won one championship. And that was the second year that the Rockets won it. So when Clyde Drexler joined the team, yeah, he was a superstar, but he still was a hard worker because he wanted to win. Well, I'm going to say this here. I think the Rockets would have beaten Golden State if they would have stopped shooting all those damn threes. Because look at it. Game 7. The Rockets only lost by 9 points. You said the Rockets didn't have a Golden State to chase. Oh, I don't know what you mean by that one. Gotta explain that one to me. But Rockets lost Game 7 by only 9 points. And we was at one stretch 0 for 27 on threes. And a lot of those fouls and stuff didn't go our way. Think about it. We kind of beat ourselves. Now, that's not to take nothing away from Golden State, because I'm not. But just think about that. And matter of fact, that video that I had posted up, and when I was talking about how I think the NBA is rigged, I left a link in that description box on that video. A friend of mine, well, actually, he's a co-worker of mine, sent me the link to that video, even told me about it. Well, a bunch of people showed me that video, but I was more surprised that a Golden State Warriors fan showed me that video. He came up straight up to me and was honest. He said, "Hey, I'm happy we beat y'all, but I gotta say y'all got robbed." That's what he told me. That's what he told me. He was like, "Watch this video." And when he showed it all to me, I guess because all the non-calls that the Rockets didn't get compressed in one little short video made me even more madder, and I was watching the game. You say, if I want to win a championship now, who if I wanted to win a championship now, you have to add superstars. I agree with that because that's the way the NBA is today. I just don't like it. That's just me. But it seems like that's what the NBA is about today. My personal opinion, the ring chasers started with the Boston Celtics back in the day when they had Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen. Now I know Rondo and Paul Pierce was there first. Paul Pierce had already been there for a while. Rondo had just got drafted like a year or two before. But then Kevin Garnett, signs with the Boston Celtics, and so does Ray Allen. And then they won just one championship. But I think it started then. It started before LeBron James went to Miami. That's just my personal opinion. Yes, there has been other teams with superstars on them, but they did not win. A bunch of different superstars. I'm not talking about teams that all of a sudden that had players that became superstars. No, I'm talking about they was already superstars on other teams and joined forces on one team. That's what I'm talking about. Cause no, thank Golden State, man. Up, that's who we gotta beat. They caused this. Yeah, you're right. We gotta beat Golden State, just like our owner Daryl Morey. Now back to what Ed Man asked me. He asked me what's my opinion on Daryl Morey. I gotta say this. For what I've seen out of the man so far over the years, I'm liking it. Of course, he made some decisions that I don't like. That's always going to happen. But overall, I like him. Trying to make things work. He's making things work. Now, I will say this here with that trade for Chris Paul, I did not like it, and I still don't. I just don't like the fact that we gave up so much for one guy. That's all I'm saying. We gave up a whole lot. Says stream out. It says stream out H train. Is it back up yet? Okay. Cool. Okay. All right. I don't know what happened there. All right. But I don't like the fact that we gave up so much for this one guy, but it turned out to be a good thing. And I still don't like that we gave up so much for this one guy, this younger guy, this older guy, but it turned out to be a good thing, so I can't knock it. Oh man, my tea. Excuse me here. Had to throw that away. But it turned out to be a good thing. So I'm a really good opinion on Daryl Morey this offseason because of all the free agents we got and a few people he's trying to get to come to Houston. See what happens. Gonna see what happens. Now, like I said, if we sign LeBron James, of course I'm not gonna like it, but I'm a Rockets fan through and through, so I can't knock it. It is what it is. But this year in free agency, I think will determine the Rockets' future on winning a championship. Because like I said, we made Golden State force a game 7. We went up 3-2 and had to make Golden State win the last 2 games. So, and then game 7, we it we kind of beat ourselves a little bit. Not only with all those crazy calls we didn't get,